In a Fight Q&A show 39. One more 40, mate. We'll have to do that one down in South Africa.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'll be good, eh?
Excellent.
Right, this week, short and sharp with introductions. Secret training, in stock at In a Fight. You like the juice bars.
Love them.
My tip last week was to refrigerate them. I wonder how many have done that and had a game changer with the juice bar life.
Let us know.
Let us know. And there's something new coming, which I tried on the weekend. Can't say what it is yet.
Is it a secret?
But it is a game changer. It's very good, and it is a secret.
All right.
Also, Run Strong. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit as well later on, because we've got a question around that. So, without further ado, let's get going. Some admin questions to start with. At Daniel Michael Hall. Nice name. When and where are the Track Tuesday sessions? Are there changing facilities? What are the fees? Flex.
All right. Okay. So it is, as the name would suggest, on a Tuesday morning. It starts at 0559 or 5:59 a.m. if you like to work that way. The fees, the Sports City track charge a fee of, I think it's 40 dirhams per session, or 105 per month, or 265 per quarter. And then if you are not an existing In a Fight member, you'll pay 75 dirhams per session to join.
You can either pay that at the gym with your card, or you can pay that at cash with the correct cash directly at track, but don't expect change.
No. And yes, there are changing facilities. There are decent showers. Quite a lot of the guys actually will take their suits and emerge 15 minutes after the session
looking sprightly,
looking ready for the office. So yeah, the changing facilities are there and they're good.
Other admin question at Lizzie from Brizzy. When are women getting In a Fight crop tops or sports bras? We have In a Fight Run Academy vests for women. So you may come along, get some scissors, and do as you like. As of yet, we don't have some running sports bras on order, but maybe we should look into it. If the demand is high, we shall supply.
That's probably more your domain than mine.
Next up, another admin question at Kim Season. 2 N's on the end of season.
3 N's.
3 N's. Is it possible to have In a Fight in Abu Dhabi? It's quite a broad question. Gym-wise, no. Coaching-wise, yes. How many clients do you have in Abu Dhabi, mate?
A few.
Yeah.
3, 4?
Yeah, I have a handful.
Yeah.
So, yes, you can have us to coach you anywhere in the world, in fact. We are worldwide in terms of triathlon coaching or run coaching with the Running Academy. But, yeah, actual gym, we're in Dubai, and I don't think we're staying here.
Yeah, I mean, there are facilities in Abu Dhabi that would make it possible to run something like a Track Tuesday or what it is. It would just be a question of there being adequate demand to make it worth a coach travelling down there to do that. But I see no reason why not. In the future, certainly.
Cool. Right, on to the meatier questions for the week. At Hamid Shamsu. 2 O's on the end of this name. It's all about the extended names today.
Not shampoo.
Are there any exercises that would prevent knee ligament injuries? Ever had a knee ligament injury?
Yes.
What do you have?
A bucket handle tear in my knee ligament.
Nice.
That was a football injury, so I can't really. So that was a long time ago actually, but that was a little arthroscopy, and away you go.
Well, what they tend to be is an imbalance around the musculature of the knee. So I love this saying, and it's the knee is a victim of what the ankle and the hip are doing. If the muscles underneath the knee and the muscles above the knee are out of balance in any way, which most commonly is quad dominant. So weak hamstrings, strong quads, which we see a lot in cyclists, we see a lot in runners as well, really. Yeah. It's more common than not. It's a squat pattern that you tend to use to build it up. People tend to like the sexy squats and the knee extension exercises a little bit more than the more might be boring or harder hamstring work.
Yeah.
We tend to get some knee ligament injuries. So this is one thing I addressed within Run Strong when designing that program, is making sure that there's a balance around which muscles you're working for flexion extension of the knee. So I would say, mate, yes, there are lots of exercises to help with it. And examples, get along to Run Strong. It's a lot of posterior chain work. It's a lot of hip, glute, lower leg work, and that tends to help with keeping knee ligament injuries down. So go and have a look at that, and let us know how you get on. Be very good. Next question and more letters, look. Sad.z.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just typing them wrong today.
It could be, yeah.
This is a really good question, actually. Junk miles. Do you think there are miles which give no gain? Flex, this is right up your street.
This is a big question.
It's huge.
And I'm going to start with saying it depends.
Always.
I think it depends how the overall structure of your program looks. And I think...
Should we define junk miles first?
Yeah, well, you tell me your definition of junk miles, and then we'll go from there.
My definition would be junk miles are, I'm going for a run, but I'm not really sure why.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say the same, and I think, you know, when we take new clients on, what we see is a lot of patterns of people just doing a lot of stuff at the same speed or intensity, regardless of terrain, environment, weather, heart rate, etc. And I think it always comes back, and I think we've spoken about this a lot historically, is to what exactly are you trying to get out of any given session? Are you trying to build your aerobic capacity, which would mean then that run should be a zone 2 MAF aerobic run? Are you trying to simulate race day running off the bike, for example? So that has relevance, but you wouldn't want to do all of your running there. Are you trying to build your 3K, 5K, 10K speed? In which case, running 30 seconds, 40 seconds a K slower than that for 5 or 10K, probably not going to help that much. So yes, there are junk miles, but that's very specific to an individual and their sort of set of objectives.
Yeah, I think we see it a lot in the ultra world. People just doing more mileage, thinking that it's useful. I think even if you're doing a run following day after a hard run, which a lot of our ultra guys do, they're not junk miles. They're miles to get your legs stronger on tired legs, because usually in ultras you're going to go day to day to day to day.
Yeah.
Or you're simulating more the end of the race. So one thing that we tend to do with our guys is we just get them consistently working through the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just get them doing like 8 to 10 Ks.
Yeah.
Then by Thursday, you've got 50K in your legs, and now we'll have some fun on the weekend simulating the end of that race. So you might look at a program and go, oh, you're doing a lot of junk in your week, but actually they're not. They're laying foundations to make sure that the weekend you get a lot of quality out of it. So it really comes back to defining what those miles are, as you say. And it's the same on the bike. And I think you know when you're doing junk miles, because, like you say, you don't have a purpose for it, and you're thinking in your head, like, should I really be doing this?
Yeah.
And that's where a coach comes in so helpful.
It's like what if you're training for a sprint triathlon and you're only running twice a week, likely one of those sessions is going to be an interval sort of session, and then likely you would have a long, easy run. And if the run that you're doing doesn't fit either of those, it's probably not really helping that much. And I think that would be my definition of junk miles, is something that doesn't really contribute to your personal development. Yeah.
Cool. Last question from Tarek.Jabby, known now as Tarek the Treadmill. And he asks,
TT,
thoughts on treadmills? Give me 3 bullet points of your thoughts on treadmills.
I think they're really useful with the right programming.
Good. Useful.
Time efficient.
Yes.
Boring.
Oh.
I don't personally like treadmills. But I think, again, we've said this through the summer. You can do a long aerobic run that's heart rate driven through the summer. It might be a bit slower than it would be in the winter, but that's okay. You can do intervals at the track, as we have done all the way through the last 2 years. I think where they become really, really, really useful for runners especially is tempo stuff.
Yes.
Through summer.
Yeah. I think they are useful.
Yeah.
If they help you to run when otherwise you couldn't.
Hill work.
Obviously they're useful. I was going to say that. Hill work, I use them a lot for. I program a lot of treadmill sessions for hill work. And then overspeed work and cadence work, which we did with a Tuesday tip many moons ago.
Yes.
How to use it to help with your cadence. Cool. That's it. The next show we record might not be next week, but it will be next. It'll come from South Africa, mate, when we're down there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right. We'll see you then, guys.